Hi, it's Amber from Mindful Yoga and Art STL. So I'm coming to you from my basement today, and I have a piece of artwork that I'm working on behind me. It is not finished. I still need to work on the fabric and face and hands. Um, but I wanted to definitely show you that combination that I love quite a bit of art and yoga today. Um, it's a dynamic Asian woman who's moving wind, moving water, and bringing life to a flower over here, our lotus flower. And I really love the design and the colors I've chosen so far. So hope it makes a beautiful backdrop to look at today. And I do want to start with also a quote by Dr. Martin Luther King. So he said, "Be the peace that you want to see more of in this world." And I definitely try to live my life true to that concept. If I don't see something happening, I try to make it happen. If there are things that I can change, I try to make our community, my life, my family better. And that's something I always strive for. So I want you to take a moment of stillness before we start our breathing exercise today and just think about, what peace do you want to see more of in this world? Um, it can be peace between people. It can be peace as far as cleanliness in the world. It could be peace as far as, um, Mother Nature, or just time to yourself. What do you want to see more of in this world? So take a moment, conjure up those thoughts, conjure up a visual that relates to what you want to see more of. And we're going to take that visual into our breathing exercise as we start our class today. Not only bringing possibly that visual of peace in our mind, but also bringing the sensations that go along with that peace in our body as well. So let's go ahead and start in a seated position wherever you are. Hands can be up or down, your choice. And we're going to start with just a count of 4 inhaling, holding, and then a count of 4 exhaling and holding. So thinking about that peace you want to see more of. 2, 3, 4, inhaling, hold it. And then exhaling, 1, 2, 3, 4, holding. Inhaling, 2, 3, 4, holding. Exhaling, 2, 3, 4, holding. See if you can keep that pattern going for at least 3 more times. Inhaling and holding. Exhaling and holding. It can be open mouth or closed mouth exhale, your choice again. And let's do one last one together, really focusing on, what kind of peace do you want to see more of in this world? I want to see more creativity and movement. That's what I want to see more of. So I'm trying to show you that today. Inhaling to visualize what you want, holding, and exhaling, letting go of that breath and holding. Let's start our slow movements today, and let's gradually move up from the mat to low level positions, high level positions, balance positions, and then go back down for a cool down on our mat. At any time, if anything hurts you, back out of it. But I generally do try to make this a beginner's class with some extra challenges if you would like. So inhaling, let's bring our arms up to the ceiling. Exhaling, clasping our hands and pushing our palms up to the sky. Inhaling, pushing those palms up to the sky, and exhaling, bringing those palms to our belly. Inhaling, palms up to the sky, and exhaling, palms down to our belly. So a different movement today, and bringing it slow. Maybe it's still to the count of that 4 that we did earlier, or maybe taking it even slower if you need to. 2 more. Inhaling, pushing up, exhaling, letting it rest. Inhaling, pushing up with those palms, pushing back, and exhaling. Let's go ahead and inhale those hands. This time we're going to lean to the right and left with them. So pushing those palms up to the sky, we're going to lean first towards our left. And I'm going to say this is left because I think the camera flips it. So inhaling here, bring it back up to the center, and exhaling over off to your right. Inhaling, exhaling. Inhaling and exhaling. Let's take this down a little bit more, so grabbing the elbows this time. Inhaling, taking our gaze off to the opposite side, so leaning towards the left, looking off towards the right. Inhale up, look up, and exhale, lean off to your right, looking up towards the left. 3 of these. Go at your own pace or choose to follow me. 1 more on each side. Awesome. Go ahead and release the arms, come down. We're going to take our right hand to the left knee, and left hand comes up and reaches behind our hip bone and pushes down into the earth behind our hip bone. Let's do a slight twist and look over our left shoulder. Thinking about lifting up through the top of the head, straightening out the spine, and back to the center, and then off to the other side. So left hand on right knee, right hand goes up and places down behind you. Once again, straightening the spine, lifting through the crown of the head, and looking over that right shoulder. Letting all your internal organs twist and squish and squeeze. Go ahead and 1 more time to the right. Sorry, 1 more time to the left. 1 more time to the right. Exhaling as you twist. Inhaling as you come through center. All right, let's take it down to our knees and go through a couple of cat-cows. All right, not down to our knees, let's take it up to our knees. And we're gonna be leaning into the mat, knees hip width apart, hands and palms and fingers. Fingers are spread out underneath our shoulders, so we're placing our wrists and our fingerprints firmly on the mat. All right, from this position, we're going to inhale and look up, dropping our belly, dropping our spine towards the mat. Hips are still up. Exhale, cat pose. So lifting up through the top of our spine, squeezing in our navel to our spine, and chin to chest. Inhale, let that navel fall towards the mat, look up. Exhale, draw that navel in towards the spine, push down through your hands and lift your upper back up towards the ceiling. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Awesome. Let's go ahead and do a couple of different movements from starting with that bird dog pose that we're familiar with. So inhaling, hugging our right knee in towards our body. Exhale, kicking it out behind us. Finding your balance, switching your weight over into your right hand and reaching forward with your left hand. Lift up with the thumb, lift up with the heel just a little bit more, trying to create that straight line from your fingertip all the way to your heel, squeezing those glutes if you have to, and let it down. Inhale, hug the left knee in and underneath you. Exhale, left heel kicks out behind you, trying to lift it, squeezing those glutes and keeping it at a straight line behind us. Shift your weight over into your left hand this time, raising up through your right fingers. Lift up through the heel, the thumb. Feel that line that your body is creating, maybe through muscles that are shaking a little or muscles that are strong. And then exhale everything down. Do any kind of wiggles here that you need to. And we're going to do those movements one more time and then start changing it up just a little. So inhale, hug the right knee into your body. Exhale, kick it back. Inhale, reach forward with your left hand, shifting your weight into your top of your right hand and also the top of the left foot. Find your balance here. Inhale, exhale. Let's bring that left hand back to the left hip and take that right foot and drop it down the inside of the foot. Whoops. Let's go ahead and drop the toes directly behind your left feet. So let me clarify once again. Drop down the ball of your foot behind your left foot. And then we're going to take a gaze back at that foot. Inhale, hug it back, tabletop position. Hug that left knee in and underneath you. Exhale, kick that left heel out behind you. Shift your weight into your left hand and lift up with your right. Inhale here. Exhale, right hand on right hip. Left ball of your foot grounds down behind your right foot. And go ahead and look back behind you. Creating a C or a crescent shape with your body. Inhale, tabletop position once again. From this tabletop position, let's do those movements one more time and then add a different twist here. So inhale, hug that right knee in and underneath you. Exhale, kick that right heel back behind you. Inhale, left fingers and hands reach up and forward. And we bend that back knee and reach back with that left hand to see if we can find the top of that foot. And if you can't, that's okay. Hand can go to hip, bend that knee, lift it up. Inhale here, lifting up through your chest, gaze comes up, and drop it down. So if anything causes you pain, don't do it once again. Find modifications, and I'll try to speak to those modifications as well. Left knee in and underneath you. Exhale, left heel back behind you. Kick it. Right hand reaches forward. Left knee bends. Right hand reaches back behind you. Tries to find the top of that foot. Once again, or just bend and put that hand on the hip. Inhale, lifting your chest, lifting your heart. And exhale, letting it all down. Let's touch the toes together. Knees come out wide to the side of the mat. Send those hips down towards the heels and reach forward with your hands. Coming into a child's pose position. Grip the mat with your fingertips active. And let your body rest for just a second. Child's pose is a pose of surrender. While you're in this pose, once again, think about that peace that you want to see more of in this world. Breathe. And slowly lifting up through your body here, lifting up with your heart, coming back through tabletop position. We're going to go ahead and hug our right knee in and underneath us once again, but this time step it forward in between our right and left hands. So transitioning into our low lunges now. So make sure you're pressing through the ball of the top of your back left foot, through the ball of your front foot. Inhale and lift up through the fingertips. So head, back, knee, all in alignment here. Inhale, look up at the sky, slight back bend here, and exhale, fingertips come back, reaching back behind you, chest rests slightly on the right bent knee. Go ahead and ground down through the left hand, right fingertips reach up towards the sky. All right, from here, you can go ahead and bend that back right arm, look up towards the sky even more. And bring that hand down towards the mat. We're going to slowly walk back here, coming into a half splits position. I, for some reason, do not have any blocks around me, but if you have blocks, go ahead and place the blocks on either side of you so that you can elevate your body here and be more comfortable in this position. Or if you can, go ahead and touch your fingertips down into the mat. Okay. Breathing here, you can also lift up to a position of pressing your hand into your upper thigh and letting this leg straighten out in front of you. Inhale here in this half splits position and exhale. Go ahead and roll it back down flat to the mat. Hands come to the inside of the right foot. Hug that right knee into your body. Wiggle walk those toes forward so that you're really stretching through the hip flexors here, and walking your hands a little bit forward also helps that position. So we're bending forward and down to look here into this lizard pose. So lizard pose can look like a lot of things. Let me show you options. I feel like I'm a little too far off the camera, so let me go ahead. And so lizard pose can look like this. You can come down to your forearms, or you can stay up like this. So your choice. Breathing here, stretching through those hip flexors. And then slowly wiggle walking that foot back into that tabletop position once again. All right, let's do those same movements on the left side. So on the left side, let's hug that left knee in and underneath us, and then step it forward. Left foot, ball of the foot is pressing into the mat, top of the right foot is pressing into the mat, and we use our abs to lift us up towards the ceiling. Elongate your body by really lifting up through the fingertips, lifting up through the top of the head. Inhale, look back, look up and back. So slight bend in your back. And exhale, bring those fingertips down and behind you. Finding balance here. Setting the right hand down on the mat, left hand goes up and reaches up towards the sky. Draw your gaze up towards those fingertips. Bend that back left arm. Place the top of your back left hand on your lower back. And looking up at the ceiling here. Let's take that left hand down to the mat and let's walk our hands slowly back towards our back knee, straightening out that front leg in front of us into that half splits position. Use blocks, fingertips, or lifting up here. Finding balance by making any subtle adjustments that you need for your body. You're the expert of your body. You know what you need, and if these movements throw you off balance, me too. Sometimes that happens, and I notice that as I grow and have more strength in my abs and strength in my body, sometimes balance definitely gets a lot better. So there's always going to be things that give us curveballs though. Half splits, we're breathing, and then we're slowly letting the sole of our feet come back down to the mat. And then we're going to bring both hands to the inside of the left foot. Wiggle walk that left foot forward. Go ahead and step those hands forward as well. Step or walk the hands forward. So lizard pose, once again, it can look like this. You can come down to your forearms, but make sure that you hug that knee in towards your body. And that you're leaning down and forward to stretch through these hip flexors. Inhale, wiggle walk that foot back, coming into that tabletop position once again. Toes touch together, knees come out and come into that child's pose. Activate those fingers by pressing into the mat and using your mind to bring you back to that place of peace that you want to see more of in this world. Inhale, roll the body up. Go ahead and release the toes so that you can come back into that tabletop position. And we're going to work our way into a downward dog and forward fold. So coming into some sun salutations ever so slowly. We're going to tuck our back toes behind us in this tabletop position. And we're going to slowly lift our hips up and back as we exhale. You may need to adjust your feet, walk your hands back just a little bit. We're going for a hinge at the hips. We're going for pressing strongly through our hands and palms. And we're working our heels towards the earth. They may not be touching, but we're working them towards the earth. Inhale here, we can walk or leap up to our hands into a forward fold position. Knees can be bent, hands can be reaching down towards the feet, or we can go ahead and touch the mat and just release our whole upper torso down. Inhale, fingertips come up to the sky, to the ceiling. And exhale, hands down at our heart in a prayer position. Take a moment, 2 deep breaths here. Inhale to the count of 4, holding. Exhale to the count of 4. Inhale to the count of 4, holding. Exhale. Awesome. Let's step to the front of our mat. And we're going to go through a series of different repetition flows. So inhale, fingertips up to the sky. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, so flat back, hands on your thighs. And then exhale, forward fold. Remember, you can bend those knees, it's okay. Press the hands down into the mat in front of your feet. Step back with your right foot. Step back with your left foot into a plank position. Slowly lower your body down to the mat or keep it in a chaturanga. Depending on your strength, it's okay to lower your body down. Inhale here, cobra or up dog. And exhale once again. Tuck those toes, lift the hips up and back into a downward dog. Inhale, hug the right knee in and underneath you. Exhale, kick that right heel back behind you. Inhale, take that right knee in and underneath you. Step it forward. Finding your balance, pushing through the ball of the back foot, ball of the front foot. Inhale, using your core to lift your body up. High lunge here. And exhale, take the hands down to the mat. Go ahead and step back with that right foot. Hands press into the mat. Once again, slowly lower your body or chaturanga up to your levels here. Inhale, cobra or up dog. And exhale, tuck the toes, lift the hips up and back, down dog. Inhale, hug that left knee in and underneath you. Exhale, kick that left heel up towards the sky. Inhale, take that left foot forward, pressing through the ball of your back foot, ball of your front foot. Find your balance. Inhale, slowly lift up. Still finding your balance, maybe. Press through that back heel. Inhale here, strong high lunge. And exhale, hands come to either side of that left foot. Step that left foot back one more time into that plank pose. Holding for just a moment, strong, 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 and slowly lowering it all down. It can be knees, hips, stomach, chest. That can be the pattern. And then inhale, cobra or up dog. Doesn't always look pretty sometimes, but I try. And exhale, down dog. Step or hop the feet forward in between the hands. Forward fold, take a moment to breathe. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, arms come down. Hands come to a prayer position at your heart. So we're going to try that again, that same flow, and then add a little something, and then try it again and add a little something. Get our hearts pumping. Get our body moving. So once again, step to the front of your mat. Inhale, fingertips come up to the sky. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Press the hands into the mat in front of the feet. Step the right foot back, left foot back into that plank position. Slowly lower down all the way, or chaturanga. Inhale, cobra or up dog. Exhale, tuck the toes, hips up into down dog. Hinging at the hips, pressing down and back through the hands, or actually pressing down and forward through the hands so that the hips go back a little bit more. Inhale, hug that right knee in and underneath you. Exhale, kick that right heel up towards the sky and use that momentum. Take the right knee in and underneath you, step it forward. Find your balance. Inhale, lift up to that high lunge. Exhale, arms come out wide to the side. Twist towards the open space, so not away from the knee. Inhale, face forward with both arms. And exhale, twist towards that bent knee. Inhale, face forward. And next inhale, reach up towards the sky. exhale, hands come down on either side of that foot. Step that foot back into the plank position, breathing, holding that plank for just a moment, and exhale, slowly lowering it down. Inhale, up dog or cobra. Exhale, downward dog. Lift the hips up and back. Take your time. You don't have to be perfect at anything today. I accept you just the way you are. And I hope you accept me with all my hair in my face because I didn't put in a ponytail holder. So let's take that left knee in and underneath you. Exhale, left foot kicked back behind you. Use the momentum, bring that knee in and underneath you. Step that left foot forward. Take a moment, find your balance, find the confidence to lift up. Pressing through that back heel, bending at that 90-degree angle through the front knee. Arms come down. Bend towards the open area, so towards the right. Inhale, face it forward. The wall is really close. I can't actually put my arm all the way out. And exhale, go ahead and twist towards that bent knee with arms out wide. Inhale, face it forward. Exhale, hands down. Step the left foot back into that plank. Take it down, slow, 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 chaturanga, or slowly lower your whole body. Inhale, lift up, up dog, or cobra. And exhale, downward dog. Go ahead and step or hop up into that space in between your hands. Inhale, raise up with your fingertips. Exhale, arms come down to your side and slowly come to your heart once again. All right. Take that slow count of 4 in, holding. Slow count of 4 out. Slow count of 4 in. And slow count of 4 out. Let's do those same movements, but adding a little something extra and then moving forward. All right, so keeping track of time here. All right, we're going to inhale, raise the fingertips up to the sky. Exhale, lean it forward, forward fold. Bend at the knees. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Shoulder blades together. Exhale, forward fold. Place the hands into the mat, or push your hands into the mat in front of your feet. Step back with your right foot. Step back with your left foot. Plank position. Hold for just a moment. Send those heels back. Strong core. And slowly lower down. You can always lower down knees, hip, belly, chest. Inhale up here. Up dog or cobra. And exhale. Tuck the toes, downward dog. Right knee hugs in and underneath you. Right heel, send it up to the sky. Right knee in and underneath you and step it forward. Find your balance. Slowly lift up. Inhale here. Exhale, arms down. Once again, twisting towards the left. This throws you off balance. It threw me off balance a little. It's okay. Inhale, face it forward. Exhale, twist to the right. Inhale, face it forward. Lift the fingers up and back. And this time, we're going to send that back heel down to the mat at a 45 or 90-degree angle so that we can come into a warrior 1 pose. So knee is bent, back foot is all the way flat onto the mat, and fingertips are lifting. Chest is lifted, abs are engaged. Inhale here, Exhale, bring the fingertips back and down. Humble warrior here. Dropping the right hand outside the right foot, lifting up through the left fingertips. Inhale, both fingertips lift up. Knee is bent. On your next breath, inhale and straighten that front leg for a pyramid pose. Exhale, slowly hinging at the hips, bringing the fingertips down and forward, and then all the way down towards that ankle or towards those blocks if you have them. Pyramid pose here. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, bring the bend back to that front knee. We're going to go ahead and come into a warrior two pose as well. So taking that back hip towards the back wall, shifting the hip forward, opening up to a stance where your shoulder blades can pull together behind you and arms are lifted. So warrior two pose, let's go ahead and inhale, take the bend out of that front knee. Exhale, lean those right fingertips forward and down. Lift the left fingertips up to the sky for a triangle pose. My hip always pops when I do this one. In a good way. Inhale, bring it up. Exhale, bring the bend back to that front knee. Let's go ahead and we're going to step forward with our left to meet our right at the front of the mat. Inhale here. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Press the hands into the mat in front of your feet. Step back into that plank position that we did before. Take a breath. Strong core, strong arms, heels pushing back, and slowly lower it down. Inhale, cobra or up dog. Exhale, downward dog. Lift the hips up and back after you tuck those toes. Always adjust as necessary. Do what feels good in your body. We don't have to rush through these. I'm just going at a little faster pace because I got my mojo going. Inhale, left knee in and underneath you. Exhale, left heel up to the sky. Inhale, left knee in and underneath you. Step it forward. Find your balance here once again. Take your time. Inhale, lift up to that high crescent lunge. Awesome. Arms come down. Twist first towards the right. Exhale. Inhale forward. Exhale, twist off to the left. Twisting, we always want to exhale when we twist. My heat has kicked on and I'm very hot. All right, inhale forward. And let's go ahead and take that back heel, pivot it so that you can place your foot onto the mat at a 45-degree angle, coming into that warrior one position. Inhale here, warrior one. Strong, confident, lifted, core engaged. And exhale, take the tips of your fingers down and back as you hinge forward, leaning your chest over that front left bent knee. Drop the left hand outside the left foot, right hand reaches up to the sky. Awesome. Let's go ahead and take both fingertips up to the sky. Inhale, take the bend out of that front knee, going into a pyramid pose. Reach it forward. Hand down towards that ankle. Inhale, coming up slowly, lifting, 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 bending through that front knee, and then going ahead and taking arms down and shifting the hips back towards the right for a warrior two pose. Squeezing the shoulder blades together, arms are out and lifted. Inhale, take the bend out of that front knee. Exhale, take the left fingertips down towards the mat. Right fingertips raise up for a triangle pose. Inhale here, come back up to that warrior two pose. And then you may be using a little hingy momentum with your knee. Step it forward with your right foot to meet your left foot at the front of the mat. Arms come into a prayer position at your heart. And let's take a few breaths. So coming back to that count of 4, inhale, 2, 3, 4. Holding, and exhale, 2, 3, 4. We're going to walk our feet out wide to the side. Inhale here and exhale, hinge forward in a wide-legged forward fold. So bending your knees or keeping your legs straight, we can go ahead and hinge down, seeing if you can reach the mat with your fingertips or using blocks once again if you need to. Inhale here. Exhale, send your hips down towards the mat for a malasana. So we're going to, it's almost like you're sitting like a strange frog. So hips are almost touching the mat underneath you. Elbows are pushing back, are pushing into the knees. Chest is lifted. Hands are coming into a prayer pose. Inhale here and exhale. Hands come to the mat. Go ahead and lift the hips up. Stay in this forward fold position because we're going to do one more of those. Exhale, coming back down. Hips come down to the ground, almost like a pretend stool is underneath you. If you need a higher pretend stool, yes, this is okay. If you can go a little lower, see if you can go a little lower. Balancing, it's kind of a yoga squat position. Take a couple of breaths. It might be a struggle with this one, so breathe. Find that sense of peace again. And exhale, press into the mat, lift the hips up and back. And slowly roll up your torso all the way to your head. The right knee. So we're going to squat down just a little bit. So sitting into an invisible chair. You can always reset as necessary. So once again, bend, take that left ankle on top of the right knee, and then sit down. Hands can be in a prayer pose or out to your side for balance. Inhale, come up, step it out. Okay, let's try it on the opposite side. So once again, we're going to hug our right knee into our body this time. And then slowly take that right ankle on top of the left knee. Slowly sit back and down into an invisible chair. Hands come to a prayer position. Chest lift, heart lifts. Gaze is looking at something in front of you that's not moving. And inhale up. Awesome. Let's go ahead and do one more. So we're going to stretch our leg out in front of us. You can always use a towel or a piece of furniture, a wall. Get creative here, but I'll show you what the gist is. So the gist is we're going to hug that right knee or the left knee in towards our body once again. Hook our index finger around the big toe and then stretch our foot out in front of us. So with the towel, I'm going to use a long sock. With a long sock, ooh, this is a really long sock. With a long sock, you can also lift that knee in and hold it out, totally stretching the sock out even more longer. It's going to cover my whole body. It's just going to be a tube dress. But go ahead and stretch that out in front of you. Maybe taking it off to the side. Tube socks might be too stretchy. So see if what's comfortable for you, play with it. And setting it all down. Okay, so with a wall, you could definitely hold on to a wall and hold on and do it that way too. Okay, so let's go ahead and do it on the opposite side. So right knee comes in towards your body, hug it. Stay here if you want to. This is balance. Or reach down, hook that finger around the front foot. Use a long tube sock, stretch it out. Or take it off to the side. Finding balance, stretching, having fun, finding a wall. Inhale, stretching, off to the side. As much as you can to breathe, hold that position, and then release. All right, last but not least, let's take it down to the mat today for a cool down. So find a seated position. We're going to take our legs out wide to the side. And here in this wide-legged stance, our wide-legged seated position, we're going to go ahead and reach forward. So walking our hands forward here, lifting our toes up towards the sky, and breathing. Let's walk our hands over towards our right ankle, holding onto the right ankle, lifting up with the left fingertips to the sky. And left fingertips reach over and top towards those right toes. Inhale, we're going to windmill our arms over towards the left ankle. And go ahead and take a deep breath here. Inhale towards that left ankle, letting the head and neck relax here. Reach up with the right fingertips and reach over the top of your head towards those left toes. Go ahead and drop those hands off in front of you one more time. Head and neck releases here as well. And slowly walk those hands in towards your body. Let's go ahead and bring the soles of our feet together in a butterfly pose. Holding our feet together here, bringing the heels in towards our body. Lifting up through the top of the head, through your heart. Inhale. And exhale. We're going to twist off to the right first. This may be your left, I'm not sure. Inhale, face forward. Exhale, twist off to the left. Inhale forward. Exhale off to the right. Go ahead and roll the head and neck here. Twisting, breathing, inhaling forward, and then last one off to your left again. All right, and go ahead and look forward. We're going to come down to our backs here, so go ahead and find a position where you can slowly come down to a laying position on the mat. Knees are bent in front of you, soles of your feet are pressing into the mat. Let's hug our knees into our body. Knee comes towards our knees. Squeezing, pumping all that fresh blood into our body. Take those knees off to the right side of the mat. Go ahead and reach that left arm out to the side. Look off towards the left side. Inhale, hugging those knees into our body again. Exhale, let them fall off to the left side of the mat this time. Right arm reaches out to the side. Inhale, hug those knees in towards your body. Hook those index fingers around the big toes once again. Take the legs out wide in a V formation for a happy baby pose. And rock back and forth here, side to side, stretching through the back. Inhale and exhale. Let's take those legs down, arms off to the side. Walk those shoulders away from the ears and look up towards the sky. Coming into our Shavasana. So we'll be here for about 5 minutes. Once again, I invite you to bring that image of what peace you want to see more of in this world back into your mind. Do you want to see more creativity, more helping one another, more love, more sweet communication? Visualize that as you slowly let your body be supported by the mat underneath you, letting each muscle group fully relax underneath you as you breathe. As you may recognize your belly coming, inhaling, expanding outwards, and exhaling, sinking in. And letting all those movements that we just did sink into your body and sink into the muscles. If you find your mind wandering at any time, just go ahead and pull it back to this present moment of being supported by your mat, of breathing, and of imagining that peace you want to see in the world. Take as long as you need here in the Shavasana. And when you're ready, go ahead and roll up to a seat